My child, listen to me. I know you're tired, that many times you no longer have the strength even to pray like before. But now, at this moment, I ask you for something simple. Stop everything for just 1 minute, just one. Breathe, silence your heart. Forget for a moment the weight of the world on your shoulders, the internal demands, the thoughts that torture you, saying, you didn't do enough, you failed again, you're alone. I know it's been hard. I know no one perceives the depth of your internal battles, but I do, I see, I've always seen. And that's why now I draw near with my full presence, to deliver to you a truth that can completely change how you've been viewing your story. You've endured much more than you imagined, and I saw it all. I was with you every moment your heart silently broke. I was by your side when you cried in secret, when you pretended to be strong so as not to worry anyone, when you put a smile on your face just so you wouldn't be a burden. I saw when you went to sleep with your pillow soaked in tears, and still, you got up the next day and fulfilled your responsibilities. No one knows how much it hurt, how much you had to swallow just to keep going, how hard it was to continue without support, without recognition, without reward. But I do. If I'm speaking to you now, it's because your time of reward is near. Did you go through all this in vain? No, you said yes to life when everything in you wanted to give up. You helped those who hurt you. You forgave without ever receiving an apology. You chose good even when you were the target of evil. And more than that, you didn't lose your essence. The pain didn't embitter you, rejection didn't destroy your identity, loneliness didn't kill your faith. You endured, you withstood. And that's something even the heavens celebrate, because there is hidden glory in every person who, like you, chooses to keep going when everything screams to stop. My child, don't think I ignored your cries. Every prayer of yours, even the most timid ones, even those whispered through tears with a shattered heart, reached my throne. No prayer was thrown into the wind, no plea was forgotten. I saw when you knelt and felt nothing. I saw when you lifted your hands without strength. I saw when you sang songs to me with a wounded heart, saying, I don't understand, but I trust. And that's why I came here now, because I want to remind you that you belong to me, and whoever belongs to me may walk through fire, but won't be consumed, may pass through the valley of the shadow of death, but will not remain there, may be wounded by men, but will be healed by me. You endured trials many could never imagine. You passed through tribulations that would paralyze others, yet you remained. You bore harsh words, unfair criticism, the disdain of those you deeply loved. You swallowed injustices, carried burdens that weren't yours. You tried to explain pains you yourself didn't understand. But you remained. And do you know why? Because even without realizing it, I was holding you. Every step, every hard decision, every time you chose not to give up, that was strength I myself placed in you. You're standing only because I didn't let you fall. Now listen carefully. The time is coming when all will see what I saw in secret. The time has come to lift the weight from your shoulders. The time of healing has come. Healing in your emotions, in your soul, in wounds you tried to hide, even from yourself. I know you tried to be strong for too long. I know you demanded more of yourself than you could give. I know you thought you had to deserve love, peace, blessing. But today I tell you, you are mine, and because you are mine, I love you with everlasting love, not for what you do, but for who you are. A heart that has been broken, yes, but that still beats with faith. A soul that has been wounded, but has not stopped believing. A life that was rejected by many, but is celebrated in heaven. You were not forgotten. I repeat, you were not forgotten. What seemed like abandonment was protection. What seemed like delay was alignment. What seemed like resistance was preservation. I was guarding you from invisible traps, hidden snares, from alliances that seemed good but would destroy you inside. I know how much it hurts to be denied. I know how hard it is to pray for healing and watch the body worsen. I know how time drags when your heart is heavy. But all of this was being written as testimony, because I don't waste pain. Every pain that passes through my hands turns into purpose. And you will live to see it happen. You'll understand why certain doors never opened. You'll be grateful for certain no's that still hurt today. You will see with your own eyes what you only believed in the spirit, and it won't be small, it won't be fleeting. It will be something that marks your generation, because you endured when many would have given up, because you remained faithful even without understanding, because you were sincere, pure, and obedient, even when treated coldly. You're rare, and heaven honors the rare. Those who walk by faith, not fame. Those who choose good even in chaos. Those who don't sell their soul for applause, but give their lives out of love for me. And I tell you, hold on a little longer. The time of honor is coming. The harvest is near. And it won't be just any harvest. It will be abundant, restorative, and complete. I will restore what was lost, return what was stolen, rebuild what was destroyed. I will bring peace where there is confusion. I will bring direction where there is doubt. I will raise you before the same people who said you wouldn't make it. But you will not overcome out of pride. You will overcome by purpose, because your testimony will heal others. Your story will lift the fallen, and your journey will glorify my name. I saw you. I saw everything. I saw when you cried with no strength left, when pain suffocated you and despair knocked at your door, and still you chose to trust. I saw when you kept quiet to avoid more conflict, even when everything inside you wanted to scream, to be heard, to be truly loved. I saw when you walked alone through dark paths without clear direction, yet step by step you continued, heart hardened but still beating to the rhythm of faith. I saw when you swallowed words, held back tears in public and broke down in secret. I saw when there was no one around and still you sought me. I saw when words wounded you, when human promises failed, when supports crumbled, and still you clung to what I told you, to what I promised. And now I tell you, with all the authority of heaven and earth, you will live the new. No more painful restarts that set you back, but blessed beginnings that move you forward. No more invisible chains tying you to trauma, guilt, and cycles, but renewed wings that will help you soar through paths of purpose, healing, and rebirth. No more sleepless nights drowning in unanswered questions, but early mornings filled with the certainty that I am working, even when everything seems still. You will no longer live chasing others' approval because you're already approved by me. You will no longer live in the shadow of the past because the future I wrote for you is full of peace, justice, and new beginnings that make sense. You are not weak. You are strong, not because you handled it all easily, but because you remained standing even while weak. That's courage. That's faith. And that inner strength in you wasn't born of circumstances. It came from my presence within you. I was with you on the days no one showed up. I lifted you when no one extended a hand. I held you when everyone thought you would fall. And now I myself will raise you up publicly, not to exalt your name, but to show that I am faithful to those who are faithful to me in secret. So my child, keep this with all your heart. It was just 1 minute, a minute you may have thought was insignificant, but for me, it was an altar. A minute where you stopped everything and listened to me. A minute in which heaven touched earth. A minute where scales fell away, lies faded, and my truth rose inside you like a banner. It was just 1 minute. But it was the minute I used to remind you that everything is about to change. Because I am God. And when I speak, I fulfill. I am not man to lie, nor son of man to promise and not deliver. When I see, I reward. And I saw you. I saw you like few would ever be able to see you. And now when I honor, nothing can stop it. No word against you, no envy, no system, no hell. What I released over your life will come to pass. You're closer than you think. Hold on tight. Take a deep breath. Do not fear. The new season is coming, and with it the honor that only I can give you. My child, before you leave this video, I ask that you subscribe to the channel God My Strength and stay connected. Here you'll be in contact with my teachings and direction. I am your refuge and your strength. Trust in me and stay attentive to my words, because they are life to you. So now stay here with me a little longer. Don't rush out of this moment. There's more I want to reveal. Depths that can only be discovered when you stop striving and simply rest in my voice. You've spent years trying to be everything for everyone, carrying burdens that were never yours to hold. But now I ask you, lay them down. Not tomorrow, not later, now. Lay them at my feet where they become seeds, not shackles. I never intended for you to live in exhaustion masked as responsibility. Yes, I value your dedication, your service, but not at the cost of your soul. You're not a machine. You're my beloved. Let me speak directly to the wounds you've hidden from even yourself, the ones you cover with busyness, with perfection, with silence. They still bleed, and I still want to heal them. I see the way you look at yourself in the mirror, wondering if you're enough, if you're lovable, if something is wrong with you. Hear me now. You are not broken beyond repair. You are becoming. You've been waiting for someone to see the real you, to choose you not for what you offer, but simply for who you are. That someone has always been me. I've watched how you've tried to earn affection, bending yourself into pieces just to be acceptable. But love that must be earned is not love at all. It's a transaction. And I do not deal in transactions, I give freely. So I invite you into something deeper than religion, deeper than rituals, relationship. Not the kind where you perform, the kind where you can exhale and be safe. Let me redefine how you see strength. Strength is not never crying, it's allowing yourself to feel and still choose love. Strength is not silence, it's telling your truth even when your voice trembles. I'm not asking you to forget your pain. I'm asking you to bring it to me. Let's sort it together. I don't dismiss your story, I redeem it. That memory you keep avoiding, the one that resurfaces at night uninvited, I'm already in it. I was there, and I'm ready to walk you through it, not to revisit the pain, but to reclaim the power it stole. There are people you've forgiven, yes, but forgiveness does not mean forgetting what happened. It means releasing the power it has to define you. You've done that beautifully. Now it's time to reclaim the space in your heart they once occupied. You've carried shame like a second skin, but it was never yours to wear. Shame entered when truth was twisted. I am here to untangle the lie and return your dignity. I've watched you stand at doors that never opened, wondering what was wrong with you. There was nothing wrong with you. That door led somewhere you didn't belong. Don't call it failure when I call it redirection. What you lost was not punishment, it was preparation for what's next. And what's next? It's clarity, it's alignment, it's walking without pretending, living without masks, loving without fear of abandonment. There's a stillness I want to teach you, one not dependent on circumstances, the kind that makes people wonder how you're not crumbling. That stillness will be your weapon. You think you're behind, that time has slipped through your fingers, but I operate outside of time. What you call delay, I call development. You didn't miss your moment, you were being refined for it. You won't enter your future immature, confused, or fragmented. You'll walk in whole. You've lost things that made you question your worth, but loss is not a verdict, it's a passage, and you're on your way through. I know you've doubted yourself, questioned your decisions, your discernment, your value, but self-doubt is not your home, it's a passing storm. I am your anchor. There's a wisdom growing in you, one earned through scars and sacred silence. Others will come to drink from the well you've dug with tears. Don't resent the nights that stretched too long. In them I was teaching you to see in the dark, to trust when nothing made sense. You don't need everyone's approval to walk in what I've called you to do. Your calling wasn't sent to a committee, it was spoken in the secret place. You will not always be understood, but you are always seen. You will not always be celebrated, but you are always chosen. There is a version of you emerging, one who is not afraid to speak, to walk away from what is not aligned, to claim what was always yours. You have permission to take up space, to stop apologizing for being sensitive, deep, intuitive, and bold. These are not flaws, they are signatures of my design. You've been trained to minimize yourself so others feel comfortable, but now I call you into the full measure of your design. There's nothing holy about shrinking. You are a reformer, a restorer, a lighthouse in a storm. I didn't make you intense to be a burden. I made you intense because the world needs truth that won't bend. Stop rehearsing what went wrong. Start proclaiming what I'm doing now. I'm writing new chapters while you're mourning torn pages. You've trusted people who betrayed that trust, and yet you haven't become like them. That is a miracle worth honoring. You've been tempted to disconnect, to close your heart, and never feel again, but that would mean forfeiting the very part of you I used to reach others, your tenderness. I'm not building you for popularity, I'm building you for impact. That means there will be seasons of obscurity, sacred ones where I shape what can't be formed in public. You don't need to rush anymore, you are not in competition.